In today's fast-paced world, winding down at night can be tough, but philosophy offers a soothing remedy. By exploring ancient wisdom, we can find peaceful tools to calm our minds and embrace restful sleep. This video introduces the calming powers of Taoism, Stoicism, Existentialism, and more. Philosophies that help release stress, reduce anxiety, and guide you toward a peaceful night's rest. In this video, you'll learn how Taoism nurtures inner peace at the power of Stoic mindfulness, Existentialism's approach to acceptance, and more, to help you sleep soundly and wake up refreshed. Taoism, the art of flow and natural balance, building on the idea of using philosophy to quiet the mind. Taoism offers an incredibly soothing approach to sleep by encouraging us to flow naturally with the world around us. Taoism teaches the importance of aligning ourselves with the natural rhythms of life, and this can have a profound impact on how we approach our evenings. The core concept of Taoism is to embrace Wu Wei, effortless action. This principle is about moving through life without forcing things, and it's something we can apply directly to our nighttime routine. Instead of stressing about falling asleep or overthinking, we simply let go and allow rest to come naturally. Imagine this. Emma, a young professional, was always anxious before bed. She found herself lying in bed, tossing and turning, obsessing over the day's events, and stressing about the tasks awaiting her the next morning. One evening, after feeling completely exhausted from another restless night, she decided to try something different. Inspired by Taoism, she decided to let go of the pressure to sleep and simply be. She began focusing on her breath, allowing her body to relax without pushing herself to sleep. She reminded herself that sleep would come naturally, just like everything else in life. With each inhale, she felt her tension melt away, and before she knew it, her body was in a state of complete relaxation. It wasn't long before she fell into a deep, restful sleep. This story shows the transformative power of Taoism's core teachings. By practicing Wu Wei before sleep, we stop fighting our natural rhythms and instead surrender to them. Taoism encourages us to trust the process of life, which includes our body's need for rest. This doesn't mean ignoring our responsibilities or putting things off, but rather recognizing that forcing things only leads to stress. Sometimes, the best way to achieve something is to step back and let things flow. Taoism also introduces the idea of yin and yang, the balancing of opposing forces. In the context of sleep, this concept encourages us to balance activity and rest, allowing ourselves to recharge fully. Throughout the day, we engage in yang activities, work, socializing, and the demands of life. When night falls, it's time to embrace the yin, rest, quiet, and calm. This shift is crucial for a balanced sleep experience. By understanding this balance, we can create a soothing transition from the busy day to peaceful rest. Before you close your eyes tonight, remember the Taoist teachings. Don't force sleep, don't chase it. Let go, trust in the natural flow, and allow your mind and body to ease into rest effortlessly. You'll find that when you embrace the art of flow, your body will follow suit, and restful sleep will come more naturally. Embrace the stillness of the moment and let sleep find you in its own time. Stoicism. Embracing control and letting go of the rest, building on the Taoist principle of letting go and trusting the natural flow of life. Stoicism offers a powerful framework for dealing with stress and anxiety, especially when it comes to winding down at night. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to release attachment to the things we can't control. When it comes to sleep, this philosophy can be a game changer, allowing us to let go of the worries that often keep us up at night. Imagine Jack, who worked long hours at a high-pressure job and constantly found himself lying awake, replaying the day's events over and over in his mind. He would stress about the things he didn't get done, the mistakes he made, and the challenges awaiting him the next day. But one evening, after hearing about Stoicism from a friend, Jack decided to give it a try. He began to reflect on his day using the Stoic idea of separating things into two categories: things he could control and things he could not. As he mentally went over his day, he acknowledged that there were many things beyond his control, like the actions of others or the outcome of certain projects. Instead of stressing over them, he reminded himself that he had done his best, and it was time to let go. By focusing only on what he could control, his actions, thoughts, and responses, he felt a profound sense of relief. With this newfound peace, Jack was able to drift into a deep, restful sleep. This story demonstrates the power of Stoicism when it comes to creating a peaceful, relaxed state of mind before bed. The Stoics believe that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we free ourselves from the burden of stress and anxiety that often keeps us up at night. Stoic teachings encourage us to accept things as they are and to understand that many aspects of life are beyond our control. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation or inaction, but rather an invitation to release the need to constantly worry or fix things. Before sleep, practicing Stoicism can be incredibly powerful. One of the most effective Stoic exercises is a form of evening reflection. By taking a moment to review the day and ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? You acknowledge your actions and give yourself credit for your efforts without getting caught up in the things you can't change. This practice helps you release negative emotions, calm your mind, and prepare yourself for rest. Moreover, the Stoic practice of gratitude can play a crucial role in creating a sense of peace before sleep. By reflecting on what you're grateful for, you shift your focus away from the stresses of the day and redirect your energy toward positive thoughts. Gratitude opens the door to contentment and relaxation, allowing you to approach sleep with a calm, clear mind. Incorporating Stoic principles into your bedtime routine can transform your nights. By focusing on what you can control, releasing unnecessary worry, and practicing gratitude, you will not only improve the quality of your sleep, but also develop a more peaceful and resilient mindset overall. Stoicism teaches us that the path to inner peace is within our control, starting with a restful, worry-free night's sleep. Existentialism. Finding meaning and acceptance in the present. Building on the Stoic idea of focusing on what's within our control, existentialism adds another layer by encouraging us to confront the uncertainty and impermanence of life. It teaches us to embrace freedom, responsibility, and the search for meaning, even in the face of life's challenges. When applied to sleep, existentialism helps us understand that while we can't control the future, we can choose to accept the present moment and find peace in the here and now. Consider the story of Sarah, a middle-aged woman who struggled with anxiety, especially at night. Her mind would race with worries about her future, her career, her relationships, and even the unknowns that she couldn't predict. This uncertainty left her tossing and turning, feeling lost in the chaos of her thoughts. One evening, after reading a bit of existential philosophy, Sarah realized that the anxiety she was experiencing stemmed from her fear of an uncertain future. Instead of trying to control what was out of her reach, she decided to embrace the idea of living authentically in the present. She focused on the now, letting go of her worries about the future. As she lay in bed, she reflected on the beauty of the moment, the quiet, the stillness, and the fact that she was safe and grounded in the present. By acknowledging her freedom to accept life as it is, she found a new sense of calm. Gradually, she began to experience more peaceful nights and clearer mornings. Sarah's experience embodies the core of existentialist philosophy. Life is uncertain, and the search for meaning is an ongoing process. Rather than fearing the unknown, we can choose to embrace it. Existentialism encourages us to stop resisting what we cannot control and instead focus on living fully in the present moment. The key to this mindset is acceptance. By accepting both the freedom and responsibility we hold, we free ourselves from the burden of overthinking and worrying about what might or might not happen tomorrow. One of the fundamental lessons from existentialism is the idea that we, as individuals, have the power to create our own meaning. This is especially empowering when it comes to sleep. Instead of seeing nighttime as a moment filled with dread or worry, we can reframe it as an opportunity to connect with ourselves, to reflect, and to appreciate the peace that exists in the present. This sense of acceptance and self-determination can help reduce the anxiety that often keeps us awake at night. Existentialists also emphasize the importance of accepting life's fleeting nature. By confronting the idea that our time is limited, we are encouraged to find peace in the present, letting go of the desire to control the future. This perspective helps us let go of the mental clutter and focus on what truly matters: the now. As we embrace this understanding, we can approach sleep with the mindset that we have done our best for the day, and the rest is beyond our control. By embracing existentialism's focus on living in the present moment and finding meaning in each day, you can transform your nights from anxious, restless hours into peaceful, restful moments. Life is uncertain, but in that uncertainty we find freedom, and that freedom is the key to unlocking a restful night's sleep. Other philosophies to explore for restful sleep, building on the existentialist idea of embracing the present moment. Other philosophical traditions offer their own insights into achieving a peaceful, restful night's sleep. While Stoicism, Taoism, and Existentialism provide valuable tools, philosophies like Buddhism and Epicureanism bring additional layers of wisdom to help us relax and clear our minds before sleep. These teachings encourage mindfulness, balance, and the pursuit of simple pleasures, each of which plays a vital role in promoting inner peace and better sleep. Take the example of John, a college student constantly overwhelmed by assignments, exams, and social pressures. His mind would race with 1,000 thoughts as he tried to fall asleep, making it nearly impossible for him to get the rest he needed. One day, John came across Buddhist mindfulness practices, which emphasize focusing on the present moment and cultivating a calm, non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts. He decided to give it a try. Before bed, instead of thinking about the chaos of his day, he practiced mindfulness by simply observing his breath and letting go of any intrusive thoughts. Gradually, John began to notice that his mind felt lighter, and he was able to sleep more soundly. The simple act of being present with his breath rather than his anxieties allowed him to embrace peace and experience restful nights. Buddhism teaches us that much of our stress and anxiety arise from attachment to outcomes, material possessions, or even our worries. By practicing mindfulness and embracing non-attachment, we create space for tranquility. One of the key Buddhist techniques is meditation, which helps to quiet the mind, bringing us into a state of mental calmness. For those who struggle with sleep, meditation can be a game changer. By sitting in stillness and focusing on our breath, we can clear our minds of distractions, making it easier to fall asleep. The practice doesn't require any special equipment, just your breath and a commitment to being present. Similarly, Epicureanism, an ancient Greek philosophy, encourages us to find happiness in simple pleasures, free from the stress of excessive desires. Epicureans believe that achieving tranquility comes from seeking modest pleasures, such as good food, pleasant company, and peaceful surroundings. These philosophies remind us that stress often arises from overcomplicating life, constantly chasing after unattainable goals, or worrying about things that don't truly matter. Epicurean thought can teach us to embrace the small moments of contentment, such as savoring a warm cup of tea before bed or enjoying a quiet, peaceful evening. The simple act of finding joy in life's small pleasures helps shift the focus away from the overwhelming noise of everyday concerns. Incorporating elements from these philosophical traditions into your nightly routine can lead to profound improvements in your sleep quality. Whether it's through mindfulness and meditation practices rooted in Buddhism, or adopting the simple, stress-free lifestyle advocated by Epicureanism, you can bring a sense of peace into your evening. The key is to embrace simplicity and let go of the need for constant mental stimulation or worry. By focusing on the present moment and appreciating life's smaller joys, you can create a serene mental space conducive to restful, uninterrupted sleep. Exploring other philosophical teachings can offer new pathways to relaxation, allowing you to unwind and embrace the tranquility needed for a peaceful night's rest. Whether it's through mindfulness, simplicity, or non-attachment, these philosophies teach us that sleep doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be a natural, peaceful transition when we learn to quiet the mind. The power of reflection. Creating peace before sleep, building on the idea of embracing simplicity and mindfulness. Reflection plays a crucial role in winding down before sleep. Just as Epicureanism emphasizes finding happiness in simple pleasures, taking time to reflect on our day can provide us with a sense of closure and calm. Reflection allows us to process our thoughts, release any lingering tension, and appreciate the positive moments in our day. By practicing daily reflection, we prepare our minds for rest, paving the way for peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. Consider Sarah, a busy mother of 2 young children who found herself lying awake every night, her mind replaying the events of the day. From work to family obligations, there was always something on her mind, and it kept her from achieving restful sleep. One night, feeling particularly drained, she decided to try something new: reflection. Before going to bed, she sat quietly for a few minutes and thought about her day. Instead of focusing on what had gone wrong or the tasks she still needed to complete, she focused on the moments that made her smile, like the laughter of her children or the accomplishment of a project at work. By shifting her perspective and looking for the positive, Sarah began to feel a sense of gratitude and peace. This practice helped her release any negativity or stress, allowing her to ease into sleep with a lighter heart. Reflection, especially when paired with gratitude, can be a powerful tool for improving the quality of your sleep. Taking a few minutes at the end of your day to reflect on what went well, what you've accomplished, and what you're grateful for helps clear your mind of unnecessary clutter. It's easy to get caught up in the stress of the day or to ruminate on things that didn't go as planned, but reflection helps you acknowledge the good and create mental space for rest. An important aspect of reflection is self-compassion. Often, we are our harshest critics, replaying our mistakes or perceived shortcomings. However, through reflection, we can practice kindness toward ourselves. By acknowledging the challenges we faced and accepting that we did our best, we create an environment of self-acceptance, which promotes relaxation and peace. Just as Taoism teaches us to let go of control and trust in the flow of life, reflection helps us accept that our day is done, and there's nothing more we can do at the moment. It's an invitation to rest, knowing that we have fulfilled our responsibilities for the day. Moreover, reflection can be a tool for setting intentions for tomorrow. By taking a few minutes to mentally prepare for the next day, we avoid the mental scramble that often happens as we try to fall asleep, thinking about everything we need to do. This allows us to feel more grounded and less anxious about the future, knowing we are taking proactive steps for the day ahead. Incorporating daily reflection into your nighttime routine can transform the way you approach sleep. It shifts your focus from stress and worry to gratitude, self-compassion, and calm. By processing your thoughts and clearing mental clutter, you can create a peaceful state of mind, allowing you to drift into a restful sleep. Reflection teaches us that rest is not just physical, it's mental too. When we clear our minds, we make space for deep, restorative sleep, setting the stage for a refreshed and energized morning. Embracing rest as an act of self-love, building on the idea of reflection and self-compassion, it's essential to understand that rest isn't just a necessity. It's an act of self-love. Too often, we view sleep as something we get around to when there's nothing else left to do, or as a luxury that we can forego in the name of productivity. However, embracing rest as a crucial part of self-care and a vital practice of self-love can transform your relationship with sleep, allowing you to prioritize your well-being and cultivate a deeper sense of peace. Take the story of Emily, a young professional constantly pushing herself to do more. She would work late into the night, trying to finish projects, meet deadlines, and keep up with the demands of her job. Despite her hard work, she often found herself feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, struggling to fall asleep due to stress and worry. One evening, Emily realized that she had been neglecting one of the most important aspects of her life, her own well-being. She had been so focused on achieving external success that she had forgotten to care for herself internally. She decided to try something different. Instead of forcing herself to work until exhaustion, she would dedicate time each night to rest and practice self-love by prioritizing sleep. Emily began to create a bedtime routine that reflected her commitment to self-care. Dimming the lights, turning off her phone, and focusing on relaxing activities that made her feel nurtured. She allowed herself the space to wind down without guilt, understanding that sleep was a form of nourishment, not a waste of time. As she embraced rest as an act of self-love, she found that not only did her sleep improve, but so did her mood, her energy, and her ability to approach her work with clarity and focus. Emily's story exemplifies the power of viewing rest through a lens of self-love. When we treat sleep as a gift rather than a chore, we acknowledge the importance of giving our minds and bodies the time they need to recharge. By practicing self-love through rest, We break free from the cycle of burnout, exhaustion, and stress that often keeps us from achieving a peaceful night's sleep. When we stop viewing rest as something we earn and instead see it as a vital part of our personal well-being, we create a healthier, more balanced relationship with sleep. Resting isn't just about physical recuperation. It's an opportunity to give ourselves the care and attention we deserve. Just as we make time for the things and people we love, we must also carve out time to nourish ourselves through rest. This self-compassionate approach to sleep helps us let go of the pressures and expectations that keep us awake at night, allowing us to embrace the peace and tranquility that our bodies and minds need. By embracing rest as an act of self-love, we can transform our sleep habits and, ultimately, our overall well-being. When we allow ourselves the time to truly rest without guilt or worry, we open the door to deeper, more restorative sleep. This practice of self-care not only improves our quality of sleep, but enhances our energy, mood, and outlook on life. Ultimately, sleep becomes more than just a need. It becomes a sacred act of honoring and loving ourselves, allowing us to show up as our best selves each day. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button. Sparkling heart, your thoughts and opinions mean the world to us. So drop a comment below and let us know how you're incorporating these peaceful practices into your routine. We'd love to hear from you. Crescent Moon, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out our other content for more insightful tips and wisdom on living a calm and fulfilling life. Don't miss out. Subscribe and join our community of like-minded souls. Glowing Star.